This episode is proudly supported by ArtsPay. As a hospitality owner, you know that when it comes to business, the right tools are everything, especially when it comes to payments. ArtsPay, based in Australia, is a payment solution built on a unique model. They give 50% of their profits back to the arts community. They provide world-class point-of-sale payments and support that make your operations run smoothly. But with every transaction, a portion of the fees helps build a permanent funding source for Australia's artists and cultural institutions. What's best is it costs less too. The result is a powerful way for your business to grow and become a force for good. You're not just taking payments, you're directly supporting the vibrant culture that makes our communities unique. ArtsPay believes that business should add up for everyone. For more information, go to artspay.com. ArtsPay, it pays to make the change.
We're owner-operators, we're in each section. We love working with some of the best coffee, produce, dairy, everything. It's like the best of the best because we like nice things.
Hey there, everyone. Dani Valent here with you, and this is Dirty Linen. Dirty Linen, it's a food podcast. I'm coming to you from Melbourne, Australia, beaming all around the world. I heard from a listener today in Argentina. Hey there. They listen to the podcast while making vegan empanadas. How cool is that? I'm really grateful to all of you for your time and attention. There are so many things you could be doing, so I am happy to be your company for the time that we are together on Dirty Linen. Today is a good day. It is episode 7 of our Illuminating Lumen series. We've been keeping in touch with the people in and around Lumen People, a cafe which was in North Melbourne and is now setting up in Fitzroy. Last time we caught up with Emma and her partner in business and life, Marici. They announced that they were calling time on the North Melbourne location, but that Lumen was continuing. Let's get an update. Emma, welcome back and back and back and back and back to Dirty Linen.
Thanks for having me. 7 episodes is a lot of chatting.
It's a lot of chatting. I think it's been great. Like I think, you know, one of the things I love to do in this podcast is shine a light on small business, the enormous efforts that people in hospitality put into fulfilling their dreams, looking after community, creating meaningful connections. And I'm thrilled that we're doing it with you guys. And it's, I guess, you know, we couldn't have mapped these plot twists, but it's an interesting junction in the life of Lumen.
Yeah, it's a unique journey indeed.
Bring us up to date.
I have accidentally set up the most honest backdrop for us today. I am painting a wall.
What do you call that colour?
I don't know. It's very yellow though. Our first, our North Melbourne venue was very accidentally white and neutral, and I'm trying desperately with the help of the professionals around me to break that Scandinavian hold we had. We closed our North Melbourne store 7 weeks ago. So 6.5, nearly 7 weeks ago. So we're well and truly in the swing of things here.
Well, before we get on to painting and door opening and whatever you've got going on at the new place, just tell me about closing the old place. You know, what was it like?
It was wild. The first little thing that comes to mind is that our revenue tripled from the time that we announced when we were closing until the day we closed. It was wild.
I've heard that I heard that from Cornersmith. I heard that at Grey and Grey. It's just like people suddenly realise how much they love a business. And what were your feelings around that sudden upturn?
It was really, really wonderful and beautiful to see how many people did love and care about us and have those conversations over and over and over. It was also really draining. It was really draining having the same conversation over and over. Marici at that time was only working Saturday and Sunday, so I kind of like forced him into the front of house over that period just to give me like a little bit of a break. I think it was a huge shock for a lot of people. I don't think most people saw it coming. I think the North Melbourne community's sort of expectations around how we were going as a business in North Melbourne was that we were doing really, really well. So I think it was a shock to hear that maybe it wasn't working as well as they thought. Yeah. So yeah, that conversation was really, really draining, but also it was really lovely to finish sharing that news with our guests but there's more to come. Not that it's just the nail in the coffin. Yeah, so yeah, it was really, really fun. It was also really fun to pull in a lot of old rock stars from times past. We had lots of friends and family scrubbing in to help us get through. So yeah, lots of fun.
Was it frustrating that you saw that the venue could be that busy, but it hadn't been?
Yeah, it was a little bit heartbreaking, but also that last weekend that we were open, the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, people were like coming in and having like really engaging with us in the way that we'd always envisioned. So it was lovely to sort of end it on a high note and to end it in such a party space and such a beautiful space. Yeah, it was actually wonderful.
And tell me about what's entailed in wrapping up a time in a premises. I mean, I guess you weren't wrapping up the business, but what did you have to do to, hand the keys back and walk out?
It wasn't as hectic as I guess it is for a lot of other people, because we sold a lot of the assets to the person who is took on our space for us. So we just had to start wrapping up all the glassware and all the plates and all the kitchen equipment and do a nice big deep clean and take the espresso bar off the bench. So it wasn't actually that insane. But because Marici and I are true agents of chaos, we were moving house the same week that we were moving our business.
What?
Because we got the keys to this space. So, spoiler, we're living upstairs as well as true shop people. So yeah, we got the keys the week before we closed. So we were moving house and moving business all at once. But we didn't do it on our own. We had lots of friends, lots of hands, lots of utes. It was lots of fun. Yeah.
Have you kept any staff? Or any of the old staff going to be with you in the new place?
Quite a few are coming with us. The space that we're in now is double the size of our old space though. So we're definitely hiring. We're definitely looking for more people. Yeah.
What's your pitch? Why should people want to work with you?
What is our pitch? I guess we're trying to build a community-focused venue here in Fitzroy. You get to work side by side with us. We're owner-operators. We're in each section. We're scrubbing in with you. We love working with some of the best coffee, produce, dairy, everything. It's the best of the best because we like nice things. So if you like eating, drinking nice things and working with nice people and being a part of building something from the ground up, this is your opportunity.
So good. And so what are you hoping is going to be different about Lumen Mark 1? First and foremost, kitchen's a little more sophisticated than our previous kitchen.
We cooked almost everything in North Melbourne off one induction top, a grill and a sandwich press. And you can do a lot with that equipment, but now we've got burners, we've got a combi oven, we're ready to go with some pretty hot pieces of equipment, which won't change our like style of cooking all too much. We're still like working with the same farmers and have the same ideas, but we'll definitely make life a little easier for our chefs.
Wow. And tell me about fitting out the place. Obviously, you're painting. I was chatting to Marty Webster from Carpenter's Ruin, which is opening up next to the Walrus in St Kilda, and he was saying he didn't have time for tradies, and he just basically did everything that he could himself. Are you in a similar position?
Wow, a little bit. Rishi and I do as much as we can ourselves. I'm really, really lucky. My baby brother is a shop fitter. So
that's so lucky.
He has been doing the most. And he's made a lot of Rishi and I's very crazy aspirations a reality. He's a very, very good problem solver. And yeah, it's been a delight to work really closely with him in a professional setting as well, like in this sort of setting. I feel like he's learned a lot about my world and I've learned a lot about his world. So good sibling bonding.
That's so great. And what have you learned about the neighbourhood? Obviously, you're living there and you're setting up a cafe there. What have you learnt about Fitzroy and that Johnson Street, Smith Street community?
They're all really chatty. It's actually been really lovely. I guess I was like a little bit apprehensive moving from North Melbourne, that I would say is like very cool, but very like grassroots and maybe a little daggy, where I felt like very at home, to Fitzroy, Collingwood cusp, I guess you would call it, which I've always historically considered to be very, very cool. But you know what, everyone, I leave the front door open when I'm here, and if people stick their head in, I love making friends. So I've already started making heaps of friends. We've got some excellent neighbours that have been so helpful and helped me drag in fridges that get delivered with no notice, and so it's been great so far, and it seems that everyone's quite curious about what we're up to. So so far so good.
It's an area, whether or not it's cool, I guess I'm not going to be the arbiter of cool.
No.
But there are definitely a lot of businesses, hospitality businesses already there. Do you feel any pressure to bring something different to the space?
I think that we already do. I think that what we do is pretty different to what already exists, especially in the daytime space. There's a lot of venues that are either like quite like serious dining or quite sort of cafes that really like focus on breakfast fare, and I think we sit nicely somewhere in the middle, hopefully. Yeah.
That's great. And
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. And what are the next few weeks going to be like, Emma?
So hopefully by the end of this week, the fit out will be finished. We're getting pretty close. So that'll leave the next few weeks of ticking things off with the council. We're going pretty heavy in hiring at the moment and trying to interview people and talk to people and start that process. And then the last like week, 10 days will really be just like training, finalizing, getting everything clean and tidy and ready to open the doors.
Wow. How are you feeling about it all?
Really good. There's been a few times where Marich and I have felt maybe we're going to get a little unstuck on our ambitious timeline, but we keep falling back into line time-wise. So actually feeling really good about it, but it depends on what you ask when you ask me.
Well, we've caught you in a positive moment, so that's good. Yeah, that's really great. So what's the opening date?
Oh my goodness.
Around about.
I think we've decided the 26th, but I have a 26th of September, but I have a terrible memory.
Okay,
around
well, that's
the 26th.
Pretty soon. So end of Sept.
It is really, yeah.
That's pretty amazing. And I mean, are you concerned, like how are you feeling about the finances? Are you nervous? Are you feeling like you're going to price things differently or the same? Is it just about getting more people? Like how does that all stack up?
We're going to play it by ear. We don't want to compromise how we source things and put things together. I think in this economy, especially I can speak to the coffee space pretty strongly. There's like the divide in quality is like really becoming more profound because things are becoming more expensive. So I think it's really falling back on owners and operators to find creative solutions to, whether it's about how you market yourself or how you price yourself. We're pretty conscious of obviously not being seen as too expensive or, not being accessible to people. But yeah, an ongoing conversation, I guess. Financially feeling really confident that we're going to open the doors and people are just going to love us, hopefully. Maybe that's vain.
No, I believe in you. So what do you think you'll need to sell a latte for?
I believe we were selling it at $6, and I don't think that we'll ever go under $6 again. I don't think the industry will ever... I think everyone will be at $6 by the end of this year if they're, whether they're using the best milk or the worst milk, and the best coffee or the worst coffee, because there's just not as much coffee going around. So people will be forced into that price bracket whether or not they like it or not.
Well, given that you're using good coffee and good milk, will you need to go higher?
I think we're pretty comfortable there for the time being. But yeah, I guess like we haven't really looked at pricing. No one that we've spoken to has had any increases so far. So far so good. Yeah, as long as pricing from our supply chain stays where it's at, we'll be okay. But I think the C price has flicked up again, so who knows? It was like sitting at like 4-ish, and then it dipped down to low 3s, and now it's on the way up, so who knows what's going to happen.
Maybe for people who aren't embedded in the land of coffee, tell us about C price.
So it is the commodity trading price. It's dictated by the stock market on Wall Street. Historically, specialty coffee used to say that it was separate to the C price, but as there has been supply issues within the commodity chain, there's just less coffee to go around. So it's increasing prices. I mean, there's lots of other things that are dictating it, but that's the most succinct way I've ever described it. Yeah. It's pushing price up for everyone. And generally speaking, bigger coffee companies have more buying power. So some of the biggest companies can buy things before small boutique specialty coffee roasters can even get their hands on it. So yeah, it's affecting everyone.
Interesting. And I'm writing a big story about matcha at the moment. Matcha culture, the rise of matcha. Is it a trend or is it here to stay? What's your view?
I spent so long feeling nervous about matcha, not understanding it, feeling like it was, I'm a coffee shop, I'm a coffee professional, why would I do that? And then at the beginning of the year, we introduced matcha and never looked back. I was speaking with a woman called Chrissy. She owns Assembly Tea Store, and we buy all of our teas through her. And I was talking to her about this weird feeling I had about not having a relationship with matcha and not understanding it, not being a Japanese cafe, so why would I serve a Japanese product? And she said to me, well, Emma, like, you serve chai and you serve coffee from Latin and African countries, so why is this your line in the sand? We were saying no to a lot of people who didn't really want to buy, and you couldn't convert them to anything else. So I don't know if it's here forever, but it's very popular at the moment. So yeah, we jumped on the train.
Yeah, interesting. I think especially as price pressures make coffee more expensive. It'll be interesting to see where matcha sits. It's similar, well, it's different with matcha, but there's definitely, so much more demand, and that definitely affects prices, and there's lots of things at play. It's a fascinating space.
Yeah, I think as well, because matcha is a new product, a new drink within our market, there's not as many expectations around how much it should cost. But because we've been drinking coffee for, 100 years, there's a lot of expectation around how much coffee should cost. I don't know. That's just like one little take.
I think that's really true. I think, strawberry matcha, $9.50, no one blinks. Yeah, it's interesting.
Crazy.
All right. Well, thank you for that divergence. I appreciate your perspective, and I wish you all the best with the next couple of weeks. Let's check in when you got the doors open.
Great. Speak then.
All right. See you.
Bye.
This is Dirty Linen, and I'm Dani Valent. We air the issues that the hospitality industry finds hard to talk about, hearing from different people with unique perspectives. We want to hear from you as well. If you have something that needs to be said about a topic, get in touch so we can include your perspective. Contact us at dirtylinen@deepintheweeds.com.au or hit us up on Insta at Dirty Linen Podcast. We can't wait to hear from you.